Welcome, 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 family and friends, to Maria Loves to Talk. And what I'm talking about, you guys and gals, no, I'm not talking about candles. I'm not talking about perfumes. Today, we are talking about some important stories, and some of them kind of crazy stories that's been in the news lately. A lot of people have been talking about it. I want to give my spin, my little thoughts on it, my opinions, and yes, maybe some speculations. Two of the stories coming from Texas. One's coming, I told you guys, Texas, we're getting right up there. It seems like with New York and Philly and Chicago, was nothing happening. All of a sudden, there's a whole lot of stuff been happening. So two of them from Texas, one from California, and I think one might be from Louisiana. So hey, you know the drill. Go get you some snacks. Come on back. Let's get into these videos. And hey, if this is not something for you, that's what's great about YouTube. There's so much information out there, and you can make your own video for free. That's right, free. So hey, let's get into this video. Offender who posted $1 bail following an aggravated kidnapping case is back behind bars after violating bond conditions. Do I need to repeat it? I will try to play the video. Can you, but when I just said, if you remember, there is not war on drugs like it used to be back in the old days. War on women. It seems like we need a war. We need war on this crime. It needs to be. And the judges, I'm laughing really, you guys, to keep from crying, to keep from throwing my computer. I saw this on the TV yesterday. One of my friends is also a news junkie, was texting me, and I kept looking. $1 bond. I never heard. I worked in the court systems. I have friends, some still worth. I never heard of $1 bond. Not for no repeat offender criminal. Listen to this, you guys.
6 o'clock, a repeat offender out on a $1 bond is now once again behind bars. A 43-year-old Aubrey Taylor was supposed to do back in court for a bond violation, but failed to appear just weeks after being accused of kidnapping and beating a woman. Judge Josh Hill of the 232nd Criminal District Court had previously set Taylor's bond at just $1. That is something KPRC2's Bill Barajas explains isn't sitting right with victim advocates. Bill?
Well, Aubrey Taylor was initially arrested on 2 charges, aggravated kidnapping and assault on a family member. The bond set for each charge was at $1, $2 total to bond out of jail. So essentially, it was cheaper and easier to bond out of jail than it is to buy a pack of gum, which cost me $2.19, or to get a bag of M&M's share size for $2.99 at a nearby Valero store. Aubrey Taylor has an extensive criminal history. Just check out this mugshot photo gallery.
Career habitual violent offender who's got 8 felony convictions, multiple misdemeanor convictions for assault, has been to prison twice for robbery.
Taylor's most recent arrest came on December 27th. Andy Kahn of Crime Stoppers of Houston says the Harris County District Attorney's Office requested the judge deny him a bond or set a high one. Judge Josh Hill of the 232nd Criminal District Court ignored that request.
This defendant was given a $1 bond on each, meaning for this $2 bill, he got out, period.
Days after setting that bond, court records say Taylor violated his bond conditions by not following his house arrest conditions. All eyes were on Judge Hill as he explained the reasoning behind the low bond.
An inability of him to pay and an inability to put in place a personal recognizance bond, and I know there was talk about whether or not probable cause existed.
Kahn says he believes the judge was trying to send a message focused on new legislation.
Senate Bill 6 effectively eliminated any offender charged with a violent crime from getting what's called a personal recognizance bond, or what's better known as a PR bond, a get out of jail free card. This was meant to send the message. Since I can't give you a PR bond anymore, I'll just make it as low as humanly possible.
And again, Taylor was rearrested just hours ago. We did reach out to the Harris County Domestic Violence Coordinating Council to ask about this low bond. In a statement, they said the assigning of a low bond, $1, sends a message to the alleged offender that acts of violence against a loved one are really no big deal, and the system will not be holding you accountable for the violence. The message the victim receives is that her life and the lives of those suffering from intimate partner violence are not important.
Speechless. I really am. We have people right now, we seen on the news, and you know I'm going to put my 2 cents in, running around, shooting up restaurants, shooting up Walmart, following women from the bus stop, following these senior citizens from the bank, beating up on Mama, beating up on Pawpaw. And we've got judges sitting on the bench letting people out on $1 that so they can go back out and do it again. And the people are so dumb. They so freaking dumb. Why would you not do what you're supposed to do? They tell you to do A, B, C, or don't drink, don't do drugs, don't have a gun. And these stupid old dumb fools go right back and do it again. What needs to be done? Get these judges off the bench. That's one. Let these criminals go stay with the judge and his family. That's 2. Yeah, that's some ideas right there. It makes no sense. And can you imagine the person that was his victim? And, you know, your family members call and you say, hey, so-and-so, Aubrey is out. Did you know Aubrey was out? And, you know, you got to live in fear and run and hide and all that. This one is, I want to say it's just really interesting. Woman accused of stabbing boyfriend for, you know, whatever in the bed after a night of drinking. So basically, homie should have been wearing underoos.
In their bed after a night of drinking. 25-year-old Brianna Lacoste is charged with attempted second-degree murder after deputies say she started a fight with her boyfriend after he wet their bed Saturday morning. According to arrest records, when the victim was trying to leave the home, Lacoste admitted to stabbing him with a kitchen knife. We're told the stab wound actually punctured his lung. Deputies charged Lacoste with attempted second-degree murder. And
go to family members. He's old mama's boy, child. When Lacoste allegedly charged at him with a kitchen knife and stabbed him. Deputies said the man was stabbed in the left side of his torso with a knife, puncturing his lung. That's serious. The arrest document states Lacoste admitted to stabbing, but it was after he allegedly choked her during the fight. She also told investigators she tried to provide medical aid and rushed him to the hospital. Lacoste was charged with second-degree murder. Wow. She said, okay, so she's saying that he was trying to choke her. That's when she just happened to get the kitchen knife. Oh, I don't believe her. I don't, you know how when people caught doing something, they try to make a lie or try to cover up the tracks to excuse what they did. I don't know if this was the first time he did it. Maybe he's done it before. Maybe he's TT'd in the bed. I'm saying TT. Maybe he TT'd in the bed before and she let him off the first time. And he did it again. You know, that could be. Okay, next one. This is similar to the story that I'm going to lead up to. Alabama man thankful to be alive after girlfriend rams semi-truck into his mobile home. And y'all know, and I'm not being, and it is, mobile homes are not, they've never been sturdy. Like I said, it's this guy I watch. I forgot I think it's called Vance Mobile Homes. and I watch, and I see a lot of them. They have really improved from the days of mobile homes. You think mobile homes, little inky dinky. These are some nice homes, mobile homes. So he has just one of those inky dink mobile homes. But whatever, it's still his house. It's still his abode. He's still the king of his castle.
Well, in East Alabama, a woman accused of running an 18-wheeler into her boyfriend's mobile home. You see some of the damage here. These pictures courtesy of WEIS Radio. Here's a closer look. The suspect faces some serious charges. Only on WVTM 13, Maddie Davis speaks to the alleged victim of this bizarre case.
I never even seen it coming toward me. You know, it happened so quickly.
Marcus Garrett saw his life flash before his eyes. Early Monday morning, his girlfriend ran her semi-truck through the front door of his mobile home.
I can't believe I actually met a woman that crazy.
Rhonda Young now faces attempted murder and assault charges. Garrett says Young lived with him. The two had an argument, which led to Young leaving home late at night.
I guess she had planned to kill me.
Garrett's stepdaughter was also in the home with her baby.
I was scared for my life. My baby was screaming bloody murder. That's all I was thinking about is maybe it hits me and not him.
Garrett says he was standing on these steps when he saw headlights coming towards him. You can see how hard the truck actually hit the home, ripping the home from the front steps.
All I know is the trailer started rattling, and next thing I know, there's a truck in the trailer.
Garrett's leg was stuck under the truck. He was taken to the hospital to have it treated. Both his stepdaughter and her baby were not hurt.
God got him. God got us. We're safe.
A home full of memories is now gone forever, but the family is just happy to see another day.
I'm thankful for being here. Thank God.
Piedmont police are still investigating as Young is being held in the Calhoun County Jail. In Piedmont, Maddie Davis, WVTM.
This chick, yeah, it is funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, when I read some of these stories, they are funny. But she could have killed this man. The same thing with the previous lady. She could have punched the man the heart, or she could have punched him where he could have bled out. You know, I guess in the heat of the moment, in lovers' quarrels or whatnot, or maybe, you know, sometimes we just have to take a deep breath. You know, we just have to take a deep breath and think about our actions or the consequences to our actions when we do something, you know, dumb or you know, dangerous. Enraged man rams, I don't know if he had a Ram truck, rams own LA County home with dump truck. Neighbors and estranged wife says, like a madman. Like a madman. And this is not a young
was caught on video, as you saw there, repeatedly slamming into his own home after his estranged wife filed a restraining order against him.
Well, authorities say the suspect behind the wheel is still on the run this afternoon. KCAL News reporter Rena Nakano shows us his path of destruction.
What is he doing?
Residents in this Westmont neighborhood were stunned after seeing their neighbor go on an angry rampage, destroying his own home, neighbors' yards, and cars. Anything that was in his way Sunday afternoon.
He first came with like a white Impala, and he tore up the garage door.
Neighbor Journey Megerson began taking video of the destruction just after 3:30 p.m. She and her family members immediately called 911, but before officers came, the man came back, driving a dump truck, leaving another trail of destruction.
Fear, complete fear, because he was like a madman.
Patricia Dunn says the man behind the wheel is her husband, Ronald Dunn. She says the two are in the process of getting a divorce.
Earlier this month, she filed a restraining order. She says that only angered him.
What are you doing?
30 minutes after the first deliberate crash, neighbors say Dunn came back a third time, yelling obscenities at his wife and neighbors who were simply trying to comfort her. Almost 45 minutes after the first 911 call, authorities arrived.
If they had been here a little bit earlier, all of the damage wouldn't have happened because he came back 3 times and they wasn't even here.
Patricia Dunn says she now fears for her life.
I don't even want this house anymore. I just want to put it up for sale and just move on because I'm not comfortable here anymore. I don't know, he might come back. Who's to say he's not? A man that's under that kind of rage, who's to say what he might do? He was trying to kill me. He really was.
In South LA, I'm Rena Nakano.
And I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first time he's done it before, not to this degree, but to damage your own house that you pay bills and taxes on. I guess he felt like, hey, you know, you're gonna get the house, I'm gonna fix it where you're not gonna have anywhere to go. You're not gonna have anywhere to live. She's talking about selling the house. You gotta get it fixed first to sell it. I mean, we don't know. She didn't say if she had insurance. Sometimes you can have insurance on the house. They don't give you enough money to fix it. Where are you going to get the money? I don't know if she's working, if she's got adult kids that can help her. Who knows? I mean, he could have took the car, the dump truck, and ran over her and the neighbors. Or he can, hopefully they have arrested this diabolical devil reject husband of hers. Getting back to what I wanted to say about homeless, or adding this into it, there are so many women out here homeless. Young women, old women, different age groups. Women could be homeless because of this, like something like this. Husband purposely goes out to destroy them because the woman, oh, you're not acting right. You're not behaving. You're not letting me be the man of the house, or, you know, you're leaving or whatever. I know one of my friends, this has been a while back, she was, I don't know if she had lost her house or one of the family members sold it after the father had passed, because they had a bunch of rent houses. So I never understood why they didn't just let her stay in the house. So make a long story short, she moved in with her adult son. He wasn't really that old. She had him when she was young, like 20 or 18. So he was about 25. And he had a lady friend or a girlfriend that was staying with them. And no, she didn't tell me this, but you know how word carries. So she stayed with them for a couple months until he allowed his girlfriend to basically kick his own mom out the home. So at this point, she was staying with different friends and whatnot. And the reason she got kicked out because she gave him a certain amount of money towards rent, but they would come to her at the end of the month asking for more money, or going into her food pantry, her little side of the kitchen where she kept her food. She ended up homeless. A second family friend, again, young adult. That's why I really believe when people are living with others, especially when you have grown kids in the home, you need to ask them to contribute. Okay, so my second, this wasn't really a friend, was just an acquaintance, and she would do my braids back in the day. She ended up being homeless. Here in Texas, if you have domestic violence or you have small kids, you go to the women's center or women's shelter, and they would help you. I think you stay like 3 months, maybe 6 months, and they'll get you a house or apartment for a year rent-free. So the kids wasn't giving mama money towards the bills. Her husband, I don't know if he was injured or he wasn't working. I believe he was abusive, and he was supposed to be a pastor. He didn't actually have a real church, but he was a reverend. She had one daughter working at Luby's or a barbecue place. She had a son, he was working somewhere at a warehouse, and then some 2 other teenage kids under them. And then she had 2 little small kids, like 12 or 8 and 10. So she did get a house after going to the shelter for a couple months. And my friend called me and said, guess what? Miss So-and-so is in a house or an apartment or townhome. And she said, it's real nice, but she's asking me, what should she do that her kids and even her husband, they want her to let them move in, the ones that caused her to be homeless because they would not contribute money to the bills. And then the husband wants to come back. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to be in it. You have better judgment. And she was closer to this lady, so she said she was going to share with her feelings that she shouldn't do it because she can lose her place. And that's true. Once these people give you a place to stay and it's equipped for only 2 people or 4 people, meaning her and her 3 small kids, you can't have other people move in. Same thing with this older lady. She knows as an older, mature lady, where is she gonna go? Losing her house, and he knows this. Well, there's so many women, black, white, blue, green, sleeping in their cars, sleeping in vans, and then some have kids, not to mention a few women. I know it's mainly men that's sleeping on the bridge or going to the Salvation Army, but there's been a lot of women as well having to resort to going to these places. So all I could see when I saw this, I read this and I saw it on TV, an evil, hateful, selfish man putting his wife, someone that he's been with for years, that he claimed to love and was going to take care, putting her in the, as they say, putting her in a negative. So you guys, to the end of my video, let me know what you think. Do you know of any similar stories? You have anyone or family? Have you been homeless, on the verge? Are you dealing with, maybe you might be dealing with a nut job husband. Hey, we got men dealing with a nut job wife, and I've got a story about that, but I'll have to tell you that one at another time. So again, thank you for joining me, family and friends at Maria Loves to Talk. Stay healthy, happy, and blessed. Thank you.